Hello, Team Wish. I'm Kyleen Sherwood. For those of you who don't know who I am our Silver Premier team leader here with Team Wish. I obviously have gotten out of the shower. I did get my makeup on already, so yeah, I don't have to see that this morning. But I wanted to go live with you guys while my kids are out playing, so it's actually quiet here, because I have a few things I wanted to talk about. So typically I would wait and give people time to hop on this live video and start a training that way, because we do our weekly team trainings on Thursday. So our Thursday trainings are done that way. But today I'm just gonna hop right in because I want this video to be shorter, and I want people to be able to watch the playback on it easily instead of seeing like an hour-long video and going, oh, I don't have time to watch that whole thing. So I'm just gonna dive in pretty quick. So if you do join me live and I'm not responding to all your comments and questions, I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I just wanna get this information out there fast for people, so that anybody who wants to watch the replay can watch it and it's not like an hour-long video. So, hey Chrissy. So I probably won't interact a whole lot on the live portion of this today. I might. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in there. If I don't respond on the live video, I will come back and respond in text to answer any questions or hang out with you. But I wanted to be sure to talk about this today instead of waiting until our Thursday training, because I have a whole other topic on Thursday that I want to cover. But I think this is a really, really important one. So last week I was invited to come and lead a training for a different company in Posh. So their premier leader, Renee Anderson, came to me and asked if I would do a training on this topic for her team. And so they're nowhere in our tree, but that's the great thing about Posh, is that we get to work together and share resources, and we never have to do this alone. And so I was happy to go do a training for her Posh business women too. So this is the topic that I talked about in her group, and I wanted to share it with you guys because we have a lot of new team members right now, and we have some people who are checking us out for the first time. And this is actually really great information for those of you who have been around for a while or who are starting to manage teams. And I think this is going to really help you get off to a really great start, get engaged early, start making money early, start having fun early. And so I wanted to break it down into 3 easy key points for basically just having a really great Posh business from the start. And so it's the 3 S's for getting a great start in your Posh business. And I want it to be quick because I want people to watch this, and because my hair is drying under this Norwex towel, and if I don't go fix it before it's totally dry, that's going to be tough to deal with later in the day. So we're going to jump right in. So there are 3 keys to building a great business from the start, and it's 1 is simple. So I want you to keep in mind simple. 2 is systems, and 3 is sisterhood. So simple, systems, sisterhood. Those are your 3 S's. So I do encourage you to go back and take notes on this after we hang out here live. Find some time, maybe later this evening after the kids are in bed, and listen to this again and take some notes. It's going to be a short lesson, but it's going to have good stuff in it. So I want you to do that. For those who are checking out teamWISH and are deciding if this is for you or not, welcome. I'm going to go live here in a little bit later to welcome all of you. But I wanted to get this done while my kids are gone and it's not so loud and noisy. So we're going to jump right in. So the first one, I'm going to assume here that you already have, built relationships with the people either who have sponsored you or who you have sponsored, and now, yay, we're part of Team Wish together. Okay, so the simplicity piece. When getting started with Posh, our company already has a really great quick start program in the Prep Academy and the Props. And so we have that benefit of having these short, simple, easy to watch training videos, all compiled into great little 10-minute or less lessons, which is awesome. It gives us clear action steps. You get rewards. It's designed really to set up a foundation for success. And then you get really fabulous stuff from Posh for doing what you should have been doing anyways when you're starting a business. And so they just break it down, and it's so, so simple. You get everything from tips for sales, sampling, really anything and everything you would need to know to start a business, and they've made it very, very simple. The reason it's important to keep simple in mind is because if it's complicated, people are going to get overwhelmed. I mean, think about yourself. If something has a million steps and it's really, really complicated and really hard, and you're just getting started and trying to decide if you wanted to do this, that is going to turn you off real quick. You're going to duck and run, or at least most people are going to duck and run and say that is too complicated. So we want to be sure we're keeping it simple, like as a new recruit and as a team leader. Keep it simple. As a new person on teamWISH, you have to believe you can actually accomplish this when you start this whole thing, or you're not even going to try, or you're not going to put in full effort because you don't think it's attainable. So anytime you set a goal or plan to do something, we have to believe it's simple enough to do it. So keep it simple. And that's for both new teammates and for team leaders. So for team leaders, keep it simple. Don't overwhelm your new people or your prospective people with a ton of information in every single possible detail. They're going to pick that up. They're going to learn that. They're going to figure all that out. But if you're info dumping all over them, you're going to turn them right off. And for the people who are just joining teamWISH, it's so easy to come in and see everything that you have to do and get freaked out by that. So I would recommend check out, there's a checklist in the albums, so in the business album, in our photos, and there's also our pinned post that breaks down your first steps. Stick with that. There's also a checklist for your props that comes in your starter kit. Keep it simple. Don't get overwhelmed. If you start to feel overwhelmed, remember that Posh is about taking time out for yourself. It's about having fun and relaxing and taking care of you. So don't let it get stressful and overwhelming. When it starts to, take a step back and look at those simple things that you should be doing to get started. Okay, so simple. Next one is systems. Everything is a system, is what it comes down to. Everything in your personal business is a system. Everything as a team leader is a system. And so have systems. Know what they are. Identify them. Make sure that they are simple and easy to jump into. So as we're talking about systems, the point of systems is duplication. If you've not heard of what duplication just means that as a team leader, whatever you're doing, your new people can look at it and be able to do it too. So that's duplication, whether it's how you sample things or how you welcome your new teammates or how you manage your downline reports, how you send out thank you cards to your customers. Everything you do is a system in your personal business. And so you want to look at all of your personal business systems, make sure that they're effective and time, they value your time, and then make sure they're simple, going back to the first one, so that your new teammates can see what you're doing and go, oh, I could totally do that. Because we want them to be confident and know that they can do this. We don't want them to see us doing a million things and go, oh, I could never be like her. Because then, again, that's going to cause disengagement. Even if they've signed on and they're excited about, sharing Posh, they're not going to plug into a system that is overwhelming and complicated. So make sure that you have systems and then plug people into them. So when you're getting new teammates, we want to plug them into an easy system because we want to make it easy for them, right? We want our new people to feel excited and confident about this new thing they're doing with us. And so having systems in place is only going to make it easier on our new teammates. And so for our new teammates, don't try to create your own systems. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to figure this out on your own. The benefit of Posh is that we really do all work together. And whether you realize it or not, teamWISH actually has several systems in place that I pass on to people. And then they pass it on and they pass it on. And so we're all on the same page doing the same thing. And what that does is it just makes it easy. It just makes success easy. And so one of the things that we always do when somebody joins the team is we welcome them on the front page and just say, hey, so-and-so joined teamWISH, please welcome her. so and so, be sure to check out the pinned posts because there's lots of good info there. You may even be tagging your new people in the pinned post so that they are sure to go and read that. That right there is a system. And that right there is helping keep it simple so that everybody is doing the same thing at the same time. So Doris just mentioned something that's another benefit of duplication. When you have a system, it's easy to share that with the load with others. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to do everything. And so as a team leader, that means that when you're not around, someone else on teamWISH knows the answer. Someone else on teamWISH knows to direct them to the pinned post, or knows to direct them to the file section, or knows to direct them to the search feature, because that's a part of our system and a part of our team culture. And so we're all able to help each other because we know the system. So when you're not around, your teammates still have support. They still don't have to do it on their own because they have the rest of us that know what we're doing together. It's a great thing. And so as a new teammate, it's security, it's stability, it's comfort, it's knowing that you don't have to do it on your own. And even if your direct upline sponsor isn't available, you have the rest of teamWISH in your corner, walking alongside you, doing it with you, and able to guide you to the right resources. So you always have support. That's one of the best benefits of having a system. And so we want to keep in mind to have systems, because your teammates, if you don't have systems in place, your teammates will fail. You guys will never grow as a company. They're going to need you all the time. And your overall business is just going to crash because you can only be everything to everyone for so long. You're human. You're not going to be able to be in a million places at one time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so that causes leader burnout. And at first that feels good because your people need you and you love being able to support them and be there for them. But you want to be thinking with systems, is this duplicatable? Is this scalable? So yeah, I can do that with a team of 3 or 4 people. But what happens when your team is 300 or 400 people? Are you going to be able to devote that same amount of time and energy to every single person? And if the answer is no, then it's not a good system. And so keep that in mind with things like incentives. So this is for my team leaders. If you have downline and you're looking at offering gifts for promotions or hitting a big goal or whatever, when you're creating that system and creating those incentive gifts, be thinking, yeah, I can afford a $15 gift right now for my frontline because I have 6 of them. That's not a big deal. I can do that every once in a while. But what happens when you have 600 of them? Are you going to be able to do $15 a person for 600 people? I mean, maybe you could. Some people could. I can't. And so you want to be thinking, is this system scalable? So some ideas for systems would be to direct everyone to the pinned post. Or when you have a new teammate, offer them a checklist in a welcome packet. Just a little letter that says, hey, welcome to my team. I'm excited to have you. Here's your checklist for getting started. Let me know if you need anything. Here are the links to all of our groups and to the Posh, resources, the Posh box, the virtual office, so that you have everything right here on one sheet to get started. Again, simple. Okay, so the point of systems is to help reinforce the first point, which is simple. We want our people to come in and go, I know exactly what to do. And if I don't know what to do, I know exactly who to ask. And so we're creating something that people want to be a part of because they know it's not going to be stressful. We want this to be fun. We want this to be enjoyable. And it's not fun or enjoyable when you have no clue what you're doing. And as a leader, it's not fun or enjoyable when you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off because you have no systems and you're trying to do everything for everyone all the time. That causes burnout and you end up leaving. And that is no good for your team. You're leaving them high and dry. So we want to create systems just to make it less stressful on everybody, right? So systems. One of the things that I would recommend for everybody, regardless, because we all do things differently, and that's the beauty of Posh. There are so many ways to lead a team or to be a consultant in this company. It's one of the things I love about it. It's what kept me in this company. But I think there's some universal systems we can have in place. So one of those would be to send some kind of welcome letter to new frontline. So these are your people you're personally sponsoring. I'm not saying do this for everybody, but the people you sponsor, send them some kind of welcome letter that has a checklist. I did not do this in the beginning. I'm teaching you guys what I've learned through trial and error because I want you to have better systems in place than I did. I exploded very quickly and then had to catch up. And so I would rather have you guys have these things in place early on so that when you do explode, because you will if you're sticking with this, you have systems in place and you're not flailing around trying to figure out what to do. So I now send out welcome letters to people that has a checklist for getting started and just some tips and the important links and contact information for people. That's one. Another one, which is the number one item on the checklist, is to get people plugged into the Prep Academy. As a new teammate, or if you're considering becoming a teamWISH teammate, Posh has an amazing Prep Academy that's absolutely free, and it has everything you would need to know on being a Posh consultant. It tells you what to do, where to go, how to do it, and it's very simple. And so my first system is to always refer people back to the Prep Academy. And as a new teammate, my first system is to always refer back to the Prep Academy because it's all there. The other, I think, universal system would be to welcome your new teammates in the group. Add them, always add them to the group. You never know, even if they say that they're not interested in selling Posh, that's okay. We have an awesome community. Invite them to come hang out with us, just to hang out with us. And that way, if they do decide later that they'd like to start doing a little bit of something, they have all of their resources already available to them. So that's two systems so far. Be sure to refer people back to the Prep Academy and always add them to our team group. The third one would be to welcome them in the group and then refer them to our pinned post, because our pinned post has everything they could possibly need. Those are my top 3 systems for new teammates. I would also say, as a team leader, especially if you have downline, be checking your downline reports, whether that is every single day looking at your starting number or doing it weekly just to check in and see where you're at so that you know where you should be going and what you might need to adjust moving forward, and so that you can shout out and encourage your teammates and support your teammates, which we're getting now into third step, which is the sisterhood. We have created a team environment where we are a family. And a part of that is celebrating each other's successes. It's cheering each other on through the hard days. It's offering support and resources and information. We want a positive team environment where people want to come hang out, even if they aren't working in their Posh business. We want people to know we're in it together. Our tagline is empowered together, because we genuinely believe that we are empowered together and you don't have to do this on your own. And so as a company or a team, I would say get everybody engaged from the beginning. And if you're a new teamWISH person, get engaged from the beginning, no matter what your goals are for your business, whether you just wanted the personal discount or you want to make a full-time living out of it. Get plugged into our community, because whether you ever do anything with your Posh business or not, this is an amazing group of women. We have seen each other through deaths in the family. We've seen each other through deployments. We've seen each other through divorce. We've seen each other through childhood illnesses. We've seen each other through so much. This community and this sisterhood is invaluable no matter what your goals are with Posh. So get involved with our community. We have the main company group, and we also have a couple of chats where we can talk and interact right away and be doing our training. So this kind of goes back to systems, but it's also part of sisterhood. So this kind of fits in both categories. Be doing the trainings. Be on these when you see me going live. Be ready Thursday afternoons for our Thursday training. Be doing the Tuesday trainings that Posh puts out. What those do is they show you you're a part of a bigger community and that there are so many of us doing this together, and we have all of these free resources, so plug in and use them. Once you're plugged into our community and you're interacting with us and we're this family, know that we're your family. This group is business focused, so we don't post a whole lot of personal stuff in here. The main team chat is business focused, so that should really stick to only Posh topics. But we also have a Posh family chat now, and so that is really just off topic, hang out, be your friends, share links, do whatever. And I encourage you to get involved in those things, because that's just going to help you understand how connected we all really are, which is going to keep you going when it does get tough. So we want to remember that when people are connected, it automatically kind of sets you up some accountability. And whether we like it or not, we're human beings and accountability helps. And so when we have people around us that we're accountable to, it gives us a deeper investment into the process, into the company, into ourselves when we have people we love and trust that are helping us along. And so you're going to get support, you're going to be better invested, you're going to have better accountability. So increased connection is so, so, so important. And I would encourage you guys as smaller teams to get face to face like this. Most of my team is not in Tucson. And so my way of getting face to face like this is through Facebook Live, it's through Zoom, Google Hangouts, Skype, whatever. But get face to face because that just increases your connection with people. Be practicing good communication with each other. Learn how to interact with each other really well in a way that's connecting and positive and uplifting and inspiring because that's what we want to do. And so as team leaders, you also want to be challenging your team to be their very best. Most people like a good challenge, at least on a personal growth level, because if you're challenging them, then your team knows that you care about them. They know that you see potential in them. They know that you see how great they are and you want them to be great and you're going to be there to help them be great. And so as a team leader, do challenges, give assignments, but always remember to develop the personal relationship. Don't just drop a sales challenge and run. In between those, you have to be building relationship with people. Nobody is going to care what you challenge them to do. Nobody's going to care what you know. Nobody's going to care at all if they don't know that you care about them. So build relationships with people. The whole point of network marketing as an industry is to build relationships, but especially Posh. And that should be extended within our team as well. I want a positive team environment. And so part of this in-person connection is getting plugged in on all of our online resources, doing some Skype stuff, doing the live trainings, getting to day away, going to regional meetings, any kind of local get-togethers you can do. If you have 5 or 10 people that are in your local area, schedule a monthly sit down or a lunch and learn or something just to go and hang out and connect with people. This sisterhood is powerful. And so, yes, it is all about business and it is all about success as you see it and making some good money and sharing this amazing mission that we all believe in. But it's also really, really valuable to connect with each other and have this extra family, this extra support. I know there are so many people on this team that feel like they could not have gotten through this last year without their Posh family. And I know I'm one of those people. So the sisterhood, never underestimate the value of that sisterhood. When you keep it simple and you have systems to get plugged into right away and you have a sisterhood of support, that is success right there. That's success. And so keep all 3 of these points in mind. When people feel wanted or needed, when they feel plugged into a simple system, when they feel like, hey, I could do this, and hey, I have people that really care about my success, that's how you're going to get engaged as a new teammate. That's how, as a leader, you're going to get your new teammates engaged. That's how we're all really going to create a powerful, stable team. teamWISH, WISH stands for when intentional success happens, because I truly believe that you can't just wish for something and expect it to happen. You have to get intentional. You have to go out there and do it to make it happen. And so these 3 simple things are some ways you can get more intentional about starting your business with teamWISH or starting relationships with people on this team or helping your new teammates grow if you're a team leader. So once you're involved in these 3 simple processes, you're going to see that we start to pass off some added responsibility. We might ask you to share a video in the team page. We might ask you to be the one to help share the resources from Posh Talk in here or any home office updates if you could share that in the group. Because we want you to be a part of this community. We want you to be a part of this. You're not in it alone. It's simple. It is so simple. I don't want that confused with easy, because it is commitment, it's consistency, it's intention, but it is simple to be successful in Posh. And you've got great systems already established here, so just plug into the ones that already exist. Don't try to figure this out on your own. Now, once you master the simple system we have, by all means, add your own stuff, figure out what works for you. But there's no sense in beating your head against the wall trying to figure out a system when we already have one that's very successful and very duplicatable. So plug in, get involved, get your new teammates involved. As a new teammate, jump in and know that you have an amazing community of support and women. And we literally hand you the tools to succeed. And all you have to do is go down the list and do them and share your heart with people. So I'm just excited for our team. I'm glad to see so many new faces in here. We've been growing a lot the last few months. I feel like we have 20 new people, every few weeks, which is awesome. And so I want us to always be remembering that we're a family. And so even as we're growing and even as we have 20 new people every couple weeks, we are still a family. And so as a team leader, I want you to keep that in mind and make sure that what I've passed on to my frontline consultants, I want them passing on to their frontline consultants and them passing on to their frontline consultants, because that sets us up for success when we're all on the same page. We're all in this together. We're all doing it, side by side. It's the recipe for success. And whatever that looks like, whether it's making a lot of money or building a lot of relationships, whatever it is, I want you to be successful and I want you to know that you have the tools to do it. So I am happy to hand those tools to you. And I know that all of our long-term teammates are happy to hand those tools to you and support you and love you along the way. So let us know if you have any questions, post them in the comments below this thread. And I'm happy to answer whatever I can. And the joy and beauty of a team model is that other people are going to be able to jump in and help too. So hope you guys are having a fabulous week. I will see you soon. Bye.